What's good, Clutch Team? I'm back with another video today, and today we're going to be talking about, is Richard Sherman still an elite quarterback? I mean, this is very difficult to answer, but before I get into that, I want y'all to go check out my last video after this one. Is TJ Watt, is he better? Or can he live up to be JJ Watt? And I'm going to go ahead and give you a little teaser. I think he's being disrespected. TJ Watt's being very much disrespected. I think he might be a little bit better than JJ. Go check that out, alright? I got facts behind that, like I got facts behind this, alright? And the question, like I said, is Richard Sherman still an elite cornerback? Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get into this over his career. Richard Sherman has been considered one of the top 3 cornerbacks, if not the best, since he's joined the NFL as a rookie in 2011. But his rookie year, he put up 4 interceptions, 55 combined tackles. Richard Sherman was a 5th round pick. He was one of those Tom Brady type stories. I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady, but 23 other cornerbacks went ahead of Richard Sherman. And the only corner in that draft that can be in the same boat as Richard Sherman was Patrick Peterson. I mean, come on now. 22 other ones besides Pat Pete. Come on now. Richard Sherman was a breakout that season. He followed that year in 2012 as sophomore year with the best season of his career, putting up career highs with 8 interceptions, 64 tackles, 24 passes deflected, and the only sack of his career. In 2013, he was very similar to his sophomore year, second year in the NFL. That's it. Sophomore means second, number 2. All right, and he was very similar to it. He tied his career high in interceptions, but with the lowest combined tackles with 48 in his whole career ever, which helped the Seahawks. But it did help the Seahawks win their first Super Bowl of franchise history, and their only one so far. Almost pulled one the very next year versus the Patriots, but they didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch, as we know. They decided to pass it 3 times at the goal line. Come on, Pete Carroll, you should know better than that. Alright, and from 2014 to 2016, he had a consistent tackle ratio, or percentage average, about 50 tackles per game. Not percent, but in ratio about 50 tackles per game. And he had a dramatic drop in interceptions. He had 10 interceptions over the 3 years after the 2013 year, 2014 through 2016 season. 2016-2017 season, part of it. If we look at ESPN's grade for cornerbacks, Richard Sherman is ranked number 1 with a grade of, and this is going back to his best year of his career, alright guys? The best year of his career. 2012 was the best year of his career, if you want to look at his stats, at plus 22.4%, which is better than anybody, but 4% higher than the next behind him, and better than Darrelle Revis too, also, by the way. Just putting that out there. It opened up the door for him, because Darrelle Revis was banged up that year and hurt. And this year, as we look at Pro Football Focus, which is pretty much the new thing you see every Sunday, where they go week by week for position and stuff, he was ranked overall through all the games 17th, from 1st to 17th, from his prime to this year, 17th. 81% was his grade, a B minus, basically, almost a C plus. You notice you've seen his stuff matter. And the next question of this is, does age really matter? Does it really matter? As we know, cornerback is one of the shortest NFL expectancy positions. The reason why is if a cornerback loses a step, it becomes harder to keep up with the athletes in front of him, because you got to guard people like Antonio Brown, Julio, AJ Green, Odell Beckham, Dez Bryant, and a whole list of more, because it's filled with wide receivers in this league that can outrun a corner easily if you lose a step. You hardly see corners last because they have a life expectancy in the NFL of under 3 years. I believe it's 2.7, which is just ahead of running backs. Running backs don't last that long, and we have had bad quarterbacks after age 30. We've had some really good ones, and we're going to provide these 2 examples of a bad and a good. Nnamdi Asomugha, I can't say his first name, I'm sorry, but I remember him very strongly, was a 2-time Pro Bowler before signing with the Eagles at the age of 32, a 5-year deal worth $60 million, $25 million guaranteed. They kind of got away with the other $35 million, so that kind of was a smarter contract, I guess. He still had to pay $5 million per year into this day. and I think this was last year they had to pay up that $5 million guaranteed. Charles Woodson. This is Charles Woodson. Okay, because now Austin Wall. Okay, Charles Woodson's a good day. Hold on, let me get to that real quick. Let me finish on Austin Wall. He had a $25 million guaranteed. All right, I didn't finish it. Austin Wall, after 2 disappointing seasons, he played 2 years of his 5-year contract, was released by the Eagles. Next year, I believe, went to the 49ers and was released by them too. Or 49ers or Redskins, I can't remember, I can't recall. But that's disappointing, and that's the age of 30. Once you hit the age of 30 as a corner, it's hard to last. But then you have this example of Charles Woodson. This is the best example as you'll have. Charles Woodson put up his best season of his career at the age of 33, 3 years after turning 30. Well, he beat Darrelle Revis in his prime, to win Defensive Player of the Year award. And to this day, you have people like Terence Newman, who's almost 40 years old, who was at the top 5 in Pro Football Focus at cornerback. Now, those are my examples. Richard Sherman's future is undetermined. Will he be a consistent top cornerback known as he is today? As we've seen his numbers drop, we don't know. But with his height, this is what I think. With his height, can really make up for the loss of ground. He's 6'3". 6'3". Josh Norman size. Josh Norman has the same abilities to me. Yeah, with his height, he's 6'3". Even if he loses a step or loses any ground and he keeps a healthy body, I undoubtedly think he can play and have the tools that he has today to play into his mid-30s and possibly be an incredible number 2 corner or a good number 1. And that's how I feel about Richard Sherman. And we've heard about the trade rumors. And it's hard to make your mind up because you got to see Seattle's point. Here, it's a tough decision for them. It's a coin flip because we really don't know. Health is the biggest issue with players turning 30. It's harder to, once you get hurt, to get healthy again. It takes a longer process, and it's easier to get hurt. But he has a very high contract. Okay, let's go look at his contract info. I believe it's $11 or $13 million a year. Something like that. Yeah, cap salary, $13.60 million a year. Okay? And I could easily understand why they would try to get rid of that right now while he has the highest value he has right now. We just don't know what they're asking for right now. If I'm them, I'm keeping him. He's the reason you won a Super Bowl. He's the reason why you still can win another Super Bowl if that offense fixes up and Earl Thomas comes back for another year instead of retires. You keep him. Richard Sherman is one of the elite cornerbacks that we have today. Richard Sherman is already a Hall of Famer. He still can add on to those Hall of Famer stats. I know he's dropped in interceptions over the past 3 years. 10 interceptions in 3 years. Okay? 10. Over to 16 he had 2 years from 2012 to 2013. That doesn't mean anything. He's still consistent. He's still a very consistent cornerback, and he deserves that money. And that's what I think about Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman needs to stay in Seattle. I'm a Cowboy fan. Y'all know it if you watch my videos. I'm from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, okay? If I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to say, do you want this 28th pick? Or do you want this 28th pick and this 4th-round pick too? Because we'll give it to you for Richard Sherman. That sounds like a good deal. Shake on it. Let's do it. Because he's not done yet. He's not close to done yet. I got him in his mid-30s. That's when he starts to tail off. That's what I got, guys. This is the end of this video. Richard Sherman will stay in Seattle. That's my prediction. Alright, guys. I'm out. Peace.